Welcome to the Drupal Camp Poland 2020. Yeah, so everybody. So today I will be delivering a session called JSON API, a zero config out of box approach for API first Drupal. So let me introduce myself. My name is Parvatisam Konapala. So I'm from Hyderabad, India. So I work for Pegasystems INC as a senior Drupal developer. I'm active in Twitter. Paru underscore 523 is my Twitter handler, and slash Parvatisam is my Drupal.org profile ID. Coming to myself, I'm active contributor in the Drupal community contributions like conducting local meetups and Drupal camps and attend a speaker and organizer in the particular events. And otherwise, I will be contribute some code in monthly Drupal contributions in India Association, which is doing. So this is all about me. So let's roll out the agenda of JSON API. So in this session, I will talk about what is JSON API and how it works in our Drupalite. And also I will talk about JSON API module in Drupalite. And afterwards, I will give you some clarification and comparison between the JSON API and core REST module. And after that, I will walk through JSON API module along with the live demo. I mean, like, so how to generate API endpoints and how to fetch the data and how to create an article. All the live examples I will do in a demo. So this is all about in this session. So at the end of this session, like, audience get to know so how to interact with the JSON API endpoints and how to fetch the data and how to create an articles. So all the information you will get to know after this session. Uh, Next, what is JSON API? So JSON API is a specification for how a client should request the resources be fetched or modified, and how a server should respond those requests. And also JSON API mainly designed for to minimize the number of requests and amount of data transmission between the client and server. And also JSON API efficiency is achieved through minimizing number of requests. Also it's achieved without compromising the readability and flexibility. So that is the main design prospect of JSON API. And also JSON API requires the media type application slash vnd dot API plus JSON for exchanging the data from client and server. So this is the main part of here. We need to use the media type. And also in JSON API, it's an open standard. Also, we can easily and quickly create RESTful APIs in this JSON API. So I will explain in the demo how we can do all these things. And also, as I told, this is minimize the number of requests to better performance of all the API endpoints. Also, it acts as a communication between the CMSs and frameworks CTC. It's a decoupled front-end architecture. It's handle the multi-channel content as well. That is about the all about the JSON API, what it does. Uh, just want to check with you, are you guys hearing properly or facing any issues? Any thumbs up in the chat? So then I will continue the next step. If you guys have any questions or any thing facing about issues, please feel free to raise your hand in the chat. So then I can, if you guys feel it's fast, if it will be slow, if it is not clear my voice, please be typing chat. So then I can little bit slow. I'll start. Okay, cool. Thanks. I'll continue. Okay, this is all about the JSON API. So let's walk through about JSON API module in Drupalite. So how it will work. So JSON API module is a zero configuration module. That means whenever install the module, it automatically generates the endpoints for all the entities which is present in the Drupal. So that's why it's a zero configuration. You can't configure anything. So it will instantly, it will give the endpoints when installation is done. So that's why it's a zero configuration module. And also Drupal data structure is well suited for JSON API because of Drupal data structures is entity types and bundles and fields. So it's well suited for JSON API because of JSON API. It's mostly expose the endpoints. That's the one, and it's a production ready out of box feature, JSON API. And also it's instantly get APIs for your entities whenever installation is done. So this is about the JSON API module configuration section. If you can see right side in this screenshot, uh, this is the default configuration. Whenever install the module, it will give the only read operation. So if in your endpoints or client needs required any create or write operations, then you can switch to accept all JSON API create, read, update, and delete operation radio button. So this is a zero configuration about JSON API module. Next, we will roll out what is JSON API comparison between the JSON API and REST module. The first thing is core REST module allows for anything like any format or any logic or any HTTP methods. We can use it, and we can configure it, and we can get those resources working perfectly. And it's a powerful but a complex and relatively brittle because of the configurations is a bit complex to generate an endpoints compared to the JSON API. This is how. And JSON API, for example, if you want to generate any pagination or any shorting, it's bit complex in the JSON API. So we need to configure those actions and all. But in JSON API, we can easily tackle those things through query parameters things. We have a separate parameters for sorting, pagination, and filter, all those things. These are the one difference comparison between the JSON API and core REST API module. And next screen is configuration is a little bit pain in the RESTful module. For example, when you install the module, by default endpoints is not generated. That means you need to configure that endpoints, make it work. For example, node will be present. If you want to make it work, that node content node, you just need to configure all the actions whatever is required. If you want to fetch the information, you need to configure the get. If you want to perform a post, you need to do these all the actions. Configurations must and should these configurations before, so then only that endpoint it will work. But in JSON API is not that case. And also collection of entities, or if you want to generate a collection of entities endpoints, if you the particular endpoint, if you want, you need to get the collection of entities in RESTful module. You need to create a REST export view, like views. In that views, you need to generate as a export, REST export, then you can get it. Or else you need to write some custom code, and then you can logic to implement, and you can send as a JSON format that information. I also, if you want to perform sorting, filtering, and pagination, also you need to do little configuration on RESTful module. But in JSON API, we can't do. We are not able to, like, without doing these all the configurations, we can make it work our requirements. And handling the reference data is a little bit pain. For example, we have an article with reference data. Then if you want to fetch that, we need to write some logic. We can achieve, we need to write a logic, and we can generate a custom endpoint. We can do it like so, node a particular data or taxonomy related with engaging with the relation reference data. So, but in our JSON API, we can send the query parameter strings to achieve those particular reference data and all. That is the one thing. The comparison is like, so it's not like this is good and this is bad, but there is some advanced features we have in JSON API which is not there in the RESTful module. So that is the comparison here. So next thing is Okay, just have a question to the audience. So, as per my discussion in the previous slides, so JSON API is the replacement of Drupal 8 core REST module. Can you guys say anybody know or yes something? So, JSON API is the replacement of Drupal 8 core REST module. If you guys know any answer, no issues, like is an yes or no, no problem. Just type in the chat if you guys feel is the no or yes something. So then I can understand you guys are listening. Okay, cool. Yes, it's exactly no, because of things which cannot do JSON API, which is REST API is doing. Those are processing a business logic is not done in JSON API. It will expose all the data, and also new user registration or login or logout or requesting a new password, or if you want to customize a response based on the certain conditional configurations and all its large configurations, these all the things JSON API cannot do. This is why it's not like adding in a core or something like that, so the case. And so now I have another question with, so when we need to choose the JSON API, the audience have this question. You need to choose REST if have a non-entity data you want to expose. In all other cases, you need to choose the JSON API. So this we need to decide before starting the project based on the client requirements. If the client is needs most of the work like exposing the data case as a non-entity data or any other cases, we need to clarify these things before starting a project. So if I have an entity kind of data, like for example, we have a news articles. So just those people, they will see the news only. It's not required any login or login out something. So in that particular cases, JSON API can use, and it will give all the information and retrieve all the information as a JSON, and mobility team, they can use it and display in that mobile. So these are all the cases. We need to decide that one based on the client requests. So next I will walk through with the JSON API module, so how it will work and how it will generate the endpoints and all. So JSON API endpoints, these are the consistent and logical patterns which is JSON API following. This is the URL for the endpoint URL, site slash JSON API slash entity type bundle. This is the syntax. And if you want to fetch a collection of articles, site slash JSON API slash entity type is node and bundle is article. So this is how we need to fetch the data from the Drupal end. And also if you want to request a single node, then you need to pass the UID of that particular article. So in JSON API, all the information, if you want a specific article and all, so we need to pass the UID. So that is the main required thing in JSON API. And this is the response of that particular endpoint. So the response contains data, attributes, and relationships. uh, this is the format, and I will explain what is the resource object structure. So resource object structure must contain the data, and each data contains the type and id. In our case, type is article, and articles and id is article id, and may contain attributes. Attributes is nothing but the fields of that particular art content type, and relationships, if anything we have, and also links and included things. If have an extra logic, or if you want to embed an additional resource, in that case we will use the include. That information also it will be present here. So now we'll go into the fetching resources, how we need to fetch the resources. So if you want to fetch the resources, we need to pass in headers accept is mandatory. Application slash vnd dot api plus json. Content type is not required for fetching the data, and if you want to create an article or if you want to update an existing article, if you want to delete an existing article, in particular situation you need to pass the content type as well as some additional authorizations that is required. And here in this case, fetching resources, just we are using the method get, and also sample endpoint urls, syntax and the url, json api node slash article and article uid. This is for specific article, not for all the articles. And this is for multiple articles. So first of all, I'll go with the uh, demo session. Parallelly I will do one by one. Yeah, so this is my Drupal backend which I created for demo purpose, and I have a few articles which I randomly created. And in this is the JSON API configuration page. This is the JREST configuration as I told. By default, accept only JSON read operation will be there. But as for my demo, so I'm taking the second option, because of in my demo I'm explaining how to create and update and delete the resource like nodes, particular content type. So that's why I make it as this is what I have. And if you want to see the rest configurations, it's a lot of configurations we have. So whenever install this module, we need to enable which resource you want. For example, I want the content node, then I need to enable and I need to configure all the necessary things. Then if you hit this node slash with that particular article, then that resource will work and give the response to the back. But in JSON API, it's not like that. So that is the difference I try to show it to you guys. And next is I'll go to the demo case. So for any JSON or any endpoints, if you want to test, there are a couple of clients is there. I'm using the Postman as a client for checking the data whether it is coming or not. The first example is fetching a single article. So how we need to do that article? So I passed the content type application slash JSON. It's not required, just I passed. And accept is required. Application slash vnd slash vnd dot api plus json. This is the format. And the url, if you can see, node slash article, and I'm fetching the single article. So I'm getting this uid. So how we need to get the particular article uid? So that I will show you. So we need to enable the devil module. So based on the devil, we will get those things. For example, I have a node devil slash node slash 4, and in this variable section I can see this is the uid for testing purpose. So we just need to copy this uid and paste it into here, our REST client. So the method will be get. So if I hit this URL, so I'll get the data should be type is a node article, and also attributes. Those are the fields like title, created or changed. Everything is information is body. All the information we are displaying here. Fetching field tags and all. This is how is working as a single fetching a single article. Then how to because of in the single fetching a single article, we have a lot of unnecessary data, but the other prospect, the mobility team or a client is doesn't require all the information. We just need a specific fields. So in that particular situation, we have sparse field sets. So this will give the limited fields to improve the performance also. Because of unnecessary fields and all, it will won't display here. So if you can see here, it's rendering only title and created. So we will check the how the endpoint is generated. So we are added as the UID, and at the end we are added the include parameter, and the include parameter we are checking the fields title and created with match of UID. So and we are getting the additionally display name also, that user display name. And also included, it will added into the separate section like how relationships and all. In this included area, that user information and the display name should be admin. So this is the sparse field section. We'll get the what we need instead of fetching the all the information. So we'll go to the fetching multiple articles. So in this particular situation, we need collection of articles. So we just hit this collection node slash article, then we will get all the articles which I have in the backend section which I created. So if you can see the get multiple articles sorted, and all the more than 13 articles I have. I will show you the backend section as well. See, these are all the articles I created with the different users because of I need to check. I need to fetch some articles based on the users also in my demo. So just I created along with the different users. Yes, this is that. Then I'll go to the PPT section. Next thing. Next is pagination. So by default, in REST or some full, and here the pagination is not done, but in JSON API we can set that pagination. If you see here, the node slash article question mark pagination limit should be 5, means it will fetch the 5 articles. And if you want to set an offset of that, so limit will equal to 5 and offset will be 5, means it will start from next 5 articles within the section. So that is the pagination, how it will work. Next thing is sorting. So if you want to sort the articles based on the specific NID, you can use the sort equal to NID. So this will give the creator NID. And if you want to set the descending order, so that you need to make it as a minus NID, then it will fetch as a descending order. So I will show here in the demo section. So these all the endpoints I created previous for this demo was saving the time. So article equal question mark page limit equal to 5. So then this is fetching the 5 articles. This page is source example. This is the one article, and so these are all the only 5 articles which is displaying here. So for randomly checking how it is working correctly or not, so then we need to go to the backend here. You can see here, so this page shows the example. So this is my first article, so it's displaying like that. And then we need to set the offset, so that will display next 5 articles, 1 to 5, next 6 and another articles. So my custom title JSON API, this is the title first. We need to check whether it is working perfectly or not. So we can see next 5, my custom title JSON API. So these are the 5. Next 6th article will be starting here. So this is for the offset. And sorting. Next thing is filters. So like if you want to filter particular data, so we have a filter parameter, query parameter we need to pass, then we can fetch that particular information. If you can see here, one endpoint site slash JSON API node article slash question mark filter title value equal to my custom title. This is the shorthand for the syntax: filter title condition path equal to title, and filter title condition value equal to my custom title. So here filter ID will be title, what is the title you want, and filter type equal to condition which need to perform, and path will be title, and value will be the title value, like my custom title will be, and operator equal to. So this is the filter area. Next is includes. So what is includes it will do. So the main agenda of includes is for performance issue, like you want to make the single request which you want to retrieve the multiple resource, embedded resource. So in that particular situation, we will use the includes parameter. So this will embed the multiple resource into the single request. That is the help of this includes. So then I will go to the demo session how it will works. So another thing is sorting one. Haven't discussed it previous. So this is the demo of sorting. So sorting equal to NID. This is fetching my updated article is called fetch. So this is the ascending order. If you can type here minus NID, so this will fetch as a descending order. So how we need to find that one? My custom title JSON API. So we can see in the backend content section where it will be. So yeah, my custom content type title JSON API and other things. So my custom title. So in the backend section, we can see this sorting order minus NID. It will show. And other thing is sorting articles by title. So if you can perform sort equal to title, so this will fetch the first of all A to Z, like first of all authentication and all. And if you want to sort reverse, you can type minus title, then it will fetch reverse based on current article. So it's changes. Can you see the changes? Earlier it is the authentication, now it is the display shows the example. So this is how is working the articles by title. And next is multiple fields. If you want to set sorting like created and UID name, so this will be sorted as the multiples. Along with the information. This is another case. Filter by articles is title is a filtering process which I just explained. So is equal to my custom title. So this will fetch those particular information which is present. So my custom title nothing will be matched. So if you paste anything copied from here, and that will paste the same. So you can see the second hello world which is matched with information is displaying. Then we can check the includes. So here is include added the additional parameters with the user entity. You can check here. So included is here, and is display name in parameter I passed a display name. So here it admin, and other is parvatism.konapala is another thing. So this is added the additional user entities here. So for fetching here including, and included with the possible author, like if you want to have a specific author, so in that particular situation also we can use is it. This is also same what I earlier which I showed. So the entire the process is, so we need to pass the query parameters here like based on our needs, like how we will get this information. And also after working passing one by variable, and if you following the JSON API specification standards, there will be a syntax. So the based on that we can get the our information. We need to investigate if you have any complex filters if you want to do. So the based on that we will get the information. Next, we will go to the PPT section. So includes is over, and now I want to create a new resources. So how we will do? So for creating a new article, just the JSON API node slash article, and in this case we need to pass the request body. So the request body, how we need to know the standard request body. So when you are fetching the node, we have a some call response. So based on the responses, we get to know this format should be. So I'll go to the demo section. I will see how to create an article. So for creating an article, we need to pass the user authentication, because of without authentication it won't work. So as for local setup, I'm using the basic authentication. But if you are in a production or something, you need to follow the simple or two authentication, token generation kind of authentication for better security. But as for my local, I'm using the basic authentication. It's needed for username and password. and that's it. And headers, I'm passing the same thing here, content type and all. And body, I'm requesting, sending the requested body should be like that. So type equal to node article, I need to create an article. And also attributes should be title, my custom title JSON API, and body value should be this one. So whenever hit this one, it will automatically, the article will be created. For that, I just want to say this is the test. So when I hit this one, we'll get the 200 success, 201 created, and it's automatically created here, my custom JSON API. So you need to check whether it is created or not. See, my custom title JSON API, it's already created. So just now we created here. This is for creating an article. Next, we'll go to the presentation. So this is the creating a resource. And if you see the right hand side of the complex, if you want to add a relationships and all, you can add it relationship based on the UID. And updating an existing resource, this is also same. So I want to update a specific article. So the syntax is node slash article underscore UID. So this is the requested body, and you need to pass the UID here also. So this is for, and we need to follow the patch method for updating. Next thing is removing an existing resource. So if you want to delete an existing resource, then you can follow the article underscore UID. Yeah, so that is the another case. See, I'll show you those two things here in demo section. The same like no JSON API, node slash page. So you can create a node one existing new content type also. If you can see here node slash pega, this is my custom content type, other than article and page. I created a pega. So here also you can pass the same request body how you want. So that is the process only. It will work for anything. Just I showed for an example here. And updating an article. So there is an one article which is title is contains this one demo UID. So when I click this one, we need to pass the ID also same here, and I try to update the title here. DCP Drupal Camp Poland. So okay, so there is an error. Maybe this article is not present. So then we will see in backend and we'll get that one particular. So node slash 4, this is the UID I'm just bringing. Yes, response should be 200, and this is updated with my DCP. We will see in backend whether it is updated or not. See, my updated article by patch demo DCP. So this is updated. If we want to try to delete the same article, because of we have delete one section also we have. So here also we need to pass the same address like authentication, the username and password, and I'm just giving this article. So when I hit this one, 204 no content means it's already deleted. So if you want to go to the back end, this particular article no more, it's deleted. So these are the operations all we have created here. We'll go to the demo section, presentation. So this is my presentation is over. Please feel to raise your questions, like if you guys have anything, thus I'm happy to give a proper response. Anyone have any questions here? regarding JSON API? If you guys have any questions related to security way in the JSON API. Okay, thank you. And I will try to, if you have some time, I'm thinking, so I will give a, few tips about the security purpose. Because of in JSON API, so it's all the endpoints. If you want to have some security considerations, and JSON API, it's respect the Drupal core security considerations. That means what are the permissions which is JSON Drupal is following core. So same thing it is following for JSON API also. But in other case, if you want to perform any write permissions and all, like delete, update, those kind of things, you need to be take care of all the node or like entity access and field access. We have a entity field access module, so we need to install that one. Then you can understand like, so which resource you want to be give a permissions, and also that is the one concern thing. And the second concern thing is the content types also. As of now, JSON API, it will expose all the endpoints which is present in the Drupal. But if you want to give a proper, if you want to fetch the information about article only, so in that particular situation, you need to give a proper response and permission for article only. So in that particular situation, you need to use the these module, like what I explained, like entity access and field access, you can give for that particular one. And also we have an event subscriber for JSON API, so you can bypass other routes and all, instead of what you needed, and other than that you can bypass those things. And the main thing, other thing is, you need to take care of any security patches or anything what in Drupal core. There is also maybe some attackers will be attacked, inject something because of the security advisor things or any patches if you want to apply. So you need to take care all those things what you are falling into the Drupal core. So that's it. And yeah, those are all the security considerations. And other than that, if you want to give any token, is it authentication, then you need to follow the simple auth module and auth 2 module also. These are the two specific cases which you need to provide. And additionally, you need to implement the JWT tokenization also if you want to perform additional security measures and all. So these are all some security kind of things for whenever we accessing the uh, endpoint which is related to write permissions. Yeah, yeah, that's it from my side. If you guys don't have any questions, yeah, and free to reach out me, and paru underscore 523 my Twitter handler, and I will mention my mail also here. So if you have any questions, or if you want to, if you have a more information or more customized formats, if you want, then please feel to reach out me. I'm happy to help on this. Yeah, that's it. These are the resources you can find in Drupal.org about JSON API. Thank you.